On this edition of Shelby This Week, the county is moving forward on demolition. We'll take you to the site of the sinkhole where 2 homes were just demolished, and the new funding that could be coming to the county from the state. And more developments. As buildings go up, we're keeping you informed on what they're going to be. Find out what's being built on Van Dyke. Lindsay?
Does daylight saving time really affect you that much? Coming up, how it could be having adverse effects on your health.
And 200 years in the making, how Macomb County is planning to celebrate its big bicentennial birthday. All of these stories and many more right now. Plans for a major reconfiguration are coming to the Stony Creek Metropark. This is a conceptual drawing of what it might look like. The Washington Township Planning Commission approved plans for a boat launch to be located southeast of Eastwood Beach. The current one sitting there will be altered and expanded. A kayak launch will also be added, and a new building will be added which will include a restaurant and patio seating. There will also be a bike repair station inside. And with the new changes, they've also made plans to expand the parking lot by almost 100 spaces. In April, the Board of Trustees will give the final approval. A cost and a time frame for the project hasn't been given. As more buildings go up in Shelby Township, Shelby This Week is keeping you informed on what those structures plan to be. 2 buildings are close to being finished on Van Dyke between 22 and 23 Mile roads. The smaller of the 2 buildings do not have any committed tenants at this time, and township officials say it's too early to speculate who will end up inside. But the larger of the 2 will be where Da Francesco's will be moving to. Right now the restaurant is located in the strip mall on the other side, but they'll be moving into their new building once it's finished. Crews continue to work diligently through rain and cold weather as reconstruction ramps up on M59. For the past couple weeks, contractors have excavated the temporary roadway and placed sand and a base that goes under the temporary pavement. Electrical crews are prepping to install temporary signals. And the tree and plant removal phase has just finished, but when the construction is over, more than 10,000 plants, trees, and flowers will be added. County Executive Mark Hackle commented on the progress being made for the major road project and said patience is key.
So the reality is, how do we fix what we've got? And that's exactly what's taking place. So, that area from Hayes on down to Van Dyke is going to be a congestion for an entire year. It's going to be problematic for the businesses, although we're going to try to give them that access and people access, but realize during those peak rush hour times, you're not going very far or very fast. So be patient, be tolerant, or find an alternate route.
Crews will continue to place wood poles for the new temporary signals and patch the road. If you'd like to follow the construction more closely, you can head to movingmacomb.org. It's hard to believe, but Macomb County is turning 200 years old, and that means a lot of planning needs to be done. The county held a meeting for anyone to gather and talk about their hopes to see how the county celebrates its bicentennial. County Executive Mark Hackle says this is a great opportunity to really showcase our rich history.
Having the ability to really spearhead an opportunity for people to celebrate our rich history and get people to recognize, where they live, work, or play, what really happened back 200 years ago, leading up to where we are at today. So
suggestions ranged from a parade to reenactors to a souvenir booklet highlighting major accomplishments in Macomb County. And for Executive Hackle, there's plenty of accomplishments he's proud of here in the county.
There's a certain characteristics in the people that really made up Macomb County, starting with Alexander Macomb, knowing that the Wright brothers were out at Selfridge Airfield, and then you look at the history of the development when it comes to General Motors and the Ford foundations, and you're looking at it and you're thinking to yourself, really, what was this country made on, but really more importantly, Macomb County. How did Macomb County form over those 200 years based upon the formation of this country here in the United States? So it's really interesting because we can read about certain things in our history books, but they're not specific to Macomb County. They're based upon either the state of Michigan or the country as a whole. So really, I think we're going to learn a lot as we go through this process to help celebrate.
They're right now seeking individuals and advocacy groups interested in joining the Macomb County Bicentennial Advisory Council to coordinate and initiate festivities. The bicentennial anniversary will be celebrated in 2018. The U.S. Census released new numbers for population changes, and a lot of surrounding Detroit areas saw growth. One of the fastest growing Michigan counties is Kent County, which is home to Grand Rapids, and that saw 1% gain in population. Wayne County saw a decline of 0.44%, but Oakland County grew 0.3%, and Macomb County grew 0.4% in population. The fastest growing areas in the U.S. were mostly in Utah, Texas, and Iowa. In a new executive order, Governor Rick Snyder created the Child Lead Exposure Elimination Commission in Michigan to fight against lead exposure, and a Macomb County official was chosen to serve on that commission. Bill Rodella is the director of the Macomb County Health Department. He will serve on the commission, which will focus on implementing recommendations made by the Child Lead Poisoning Elimination Board, and it will also monitor the state's efforts to eliminate lead exposure. After their initial terms are up in December, members will serve another 4-year term. 2 homes are leveled today after being condemned to the interceptor collapse that caused a sinkhole in Fraser. 3 homes were officially condemned, but 2 had to be demolished earlier this month. Meanwhile, the Michigan House approved a funding bill to address the health and safety issues related to the emergency. The bill includes $3 million from the state to help protect the people, the property, and environment from potential sewage overflow as the crews continue to work on the sinkhole and everything around it. The bill approved by the House now goes to the Senate for consideration. This demolition phase was just one phase of the work. The county expects an inspection report to come in the next couple months to determine whether or not even more work needs to be done in order to put the community through something like this again. As we all adjust to the time change, daylight saving time has been a big conversation on Capitol Hill. Our Lindsay Cameron went to Lansing to see what lawmakers want done when it comes to switching out the clocks twice a year.
Twice a year we have to drag ourselves out of bed to pull out a chair in order to set the time on our clocks. Or if you're anything like me, you have no idea how to actually change the time in your car or microwave, so you just end up leaving the time wrong for half the year. Now, all of that may seem like an unnecessary nuisance, but when this practice began, it saved billions of dollars. Daylight saving time began in the United States in 1918 during World War I as an energy saver. The idea being if it was lighter later, people would use less electricity. Lawmakers abolished it 7 months later. President Roosevelt reintroduced daylight saving time during World War II to save energy, ending again after the war. In 1966, the Federal Uniform Time Act brought the concept back one last time to conserve energy. But now in 2017, with our significantly more efficient energies, people view daylight savings time as just a reason they have to wake up earlier. There has been a recent push by Shelby Township Representative Peter Lucido, who believes that the state would be better off staying at one time all year round.
If we stay on daylight savings time, which we are right now, 1 hour ahead, we will have that opportunity to go ahead and have 9 months out of the year, if not close to 9.5, where we have extra sun for the recreationalists.
He believes that the switch could actually be causing us harm.
You see drivers at 60 miles an hour fiddling with their clocks on Monday morning to switch their time. Or they're at a light and you see them too. It's a hazard.
The representative says that traffic accidents go up after the clock changed and workers are less productive from changed sleep habits, all because of daylight saving time. His solution? Pick a time and stick with it. If Michigan stayed on Eastern Standard Time, when everyone springs forward, we would be in the Central Time Zone. If Michigan decided to stay on daylight saving time, it would be just as it is now. But in the fall, we would actually be an hour ahead of New York. Now, there have been several bills in the past trying to do the same exact thing, all of which have failed. But Lucido's bill is already off to a better start by having a committee hearing. As for it having a House vote or a committee vote is still up in the air. I'm Lindsay Cameron for Shelby This Week.
A Shelby Township baby is safe and sound after an unplanned delivery happened right in their own home.
Hello?
Hello.
My wife is having a baby right now.
But thanks to our dispatch center and dispatcher Brett London, the parents were able to be coached through the whole ordeal.
Have her push, and when the baby's shoulders come out,
Yeah?
when the baby's shoulders come out, just be there to catch it, and then keep telling her to push and have them
Okay,
come out.
push, baby, push. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, I caught the baby. The baby.
All right. The baby's out?
Yeah.
And while something like this would be so out of the ordinary for us, for Brett, this is just part of the job.
So what's going on through your mind when this is going on?
Let's do this.
Okay.
I mean, you know, we train in dispatch for all different types of, you know, scenarios, and, you know, people are calling us in an absolute panic sometimes, so we have to be the, you know, the silver voice to just kind of keep a mellow tone and get them through it. This was my first delivery. I've been dispatching for about 8 or 9 years, and this was the first time I did a live birth on the phone. So
You can hear the entire heroic story from Brett himself on this edition of Straight Talk, which airs online and on Shelby TV at 7:30, 10:30 a.m., 1:30 p.m., and 5 o'clock as well. Next on Shelby this week, get out your calendars and get ready to mark them. We've got a whole list of events you'll want to bring the whole family to, including Shelby Township's annual Easter Bunny Lunch and Egg Hunt. And Shelby Township is welcoming a brand new business. Find out what it is and where it's located next.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it. You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early. You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. It's time to get out your calendars because we have a lot of events coming up in the township that will be fun for the whole family. Starting with the second annual Run the Creek Glow Run. 100% of the proceeds for the 5K walk and run will go to various Macomb County charities. It takes place at Cherry Creek Golf Course. The race is on Friday, April 21st, and registration opens at 7 p.m. The kids run starts at 8 and the adult run starts at 8:15. Registration for the event can be found at our Shelby TV Facebook page. And with Easter coming up, there are plenty of fun holiday events planned for the township, starting with the Easter Bunny Lunch. The Township Parks and Recreation Department will host the lunch at the Shelby Community Center on Saturday, April 8th at 11 a.m. Enjoy pizza and salad while a surprise entertainer performs, which is geared towards kids ages 10 and under. For residents, tickets cost $7, and for non-residents, $12. You must reserve your tickets with the Parks and Recreation Department. And directly following the lunch will be an Easter egg scramble. The hunt will be at Riverbends Park, and the Easter Bunny will be there as well. There's a free family event, so if you don't make it to the lunch, you can still head over to the park for your kids to hunt for eggs and win a bunch of goodies. Ages 3 to 5 will hunt for eggs at 1 o'clock, and ages 6 to 10 will hunt at 2. The egg scramble is held rain or shine.
How many do you think you did?
I don't know. 200.
And take a look, the Easter Bunny enlisted help from the Senior Citizen Center. Volunteers have been spending hours stuffing those eggs with candy and goodies for the Easter egg scramble. So you'll definitely want to make it a point to get out to Riverbends Park on April 8th. And finally, the Burgess Shadbush Nature Center is also hosting what they call an exciting event. Kids can decorate Easter eggs, go on a hunt, and more. It only costs $4 per child. The egg sighting event will be held on Sunday, April 9th from 1 to 4 p.m. For more information on all of these events, including the Easter Bunny Lunch, the Egg Scramble, and many more, head to our Shelby TV Facebook page. And if you're looking for a night out without the kids, Shelby Gardens is hosting a comedy club night. Don White, a comedian, songwriter, and storyteller, will be headlining the show. Tickets are $20, and all the money goes to benefit the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life. Doors open at 6:30 and the show starts at 7:30. For more information and to purchase tickets, call this number at the bottom of your screen, 586-731-8220. A new business is opening up in Shelby Township called the Vapor Shop.
1, 2, 3.
The Vapor Shop has several different locations offering all brands of vaporizers and flavors under one roof.
All it is VG, PG, nicotine with flavoring, just kind of vaped up in a little tank.
So in layman's terms, vaping is when you inhale and exhale the vapor produced by an electronic cigarette. Inside is an e-liquid in a gas form, and in some cases, for those trying to quit smoking, it's tobacco-free. So it's an alternative for those who smoke. The new shop is looking forward to becoming a part of the Shelby Township community.
It's a very tight community, up and coming. I say up and coming area. A lot of new development. So that was something that really caught our eyes, and we definitely love the location that we're at here on 25 in Van Dyke. Really busy center.
The Vapor Shop of Shelby is located right next to Vincent Joe's Market. As Michiganders know, our state is one of the best, but now scientists are saying that's a fact. The longtime publication Popular Science says in the year 2100, everyone will be moving to Michigan, as it will be the most desired state to live in by then. They've based these findings on weather patterns, temperatures, and natural disasters. Scientists say in the next 83 years, due to climate change, sea levels could rise more than 6 feet. Category 4 and 5 hurricanes will double, and tornadoes will become more severe and frequent. They also believe the country will be at a greater risk of drought and wildfires. But the one state that will be able to survive some of those predictions would be Michigan, and more specifically, Sault Ste. Marie. Still ahead on Shelby this week, Teacher of the Year. We'll tell you about this teacher who won a pretty big prize for making such a difference in her students' lives. And an annual art fair. These artists may be young, but you'll be wowed by their talent. Next.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
We'd like to take a moment and talk about severe weather and tips that can keep you safe. Thunder and lightning storms happen all the time. Do you know what to do to keep your family safe? Be aware, if you hear thunder, you are within distance of being struck by lightning. If you're outside, look for shelter inside a large building, home, or in a hardtop vehicle, and remember to stay away from windows. If lightning does strike your home, dial 911 immediately and move to a safer place, such as a neighbor's home. During a lightning storm, there is no safe place outside. Do not seek shelter under a pavilion, as this type of structure does not provide enough safety for you. Never stand under a tree during a lightning storm. As there is many technical reasons for this, just remember a tree can and will be used as a lightning rod. If somebody is struck by lightning, call 911 immediately.
As March Reading Month comes to an end, some students at one elementary school got quite the treat. Their Celebrity Reading Month reader was none other than Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle. He took time out of his busy day to read to the elementary students at Avalon Elementary School in St. Clair Shores. A 40-year veteran educator was just named Utica Community Schools Teacher of the Year. Zeta Burton teaches 5th grade at Havel Elementary School. Burton has taught upper elementary since 1977. She's also a graduate of UCS. She was also named the 2016 Elementary Economics Educator of the Year by the Michigan Council on Economic Education. District officials say she was chosen due to the positive impact she's had on her students, her enthusiasm, and her deep roots in the community. Burton won a brand new black Mustang as part of her award from the Suburban Collection. Other teachers honored this year include Nicole West from Jeanette Junior High as Junior High Teacher of the Year, and Scott Spry from the Utica Center for Science Industry, who was named the High School Teacher of the Year. And some of the best artists are right here in Macomb County, and they're still in school. Shelby TV's Stacy Sansatera takes us inside the Utica Community Schools Art Fair to see all of the art, from paintings to photography to sculptures.
When you're outside, you're looking up at a tree.
Addison is in 2nd grade at Beacon Tree Elementary and the winner of a Superintendent's Choice Award.
My artwork is called The Sky Through the Tree.
Addison is one of hundreds in the building with original artwork for the public to see. But this is all about encouraging kids like Addison to be creative.
What art does for a kid is it connects all of the rest of what they're learning as well as what's in them to come out anyways. It's a great way to communicate their ideas, their expressions, their feelings, their hopes in a tangible way that maybe there aren't words for.
I like art because you get to use the colors that you want and you get to draw what you want.
And the Utica Community Schools Art Show is a wonderful opportunity to exhibit hundreds of various media created by the talented students at UCS under the direction of dedicated art educators.
We're super excited to be here with our 2017 district-wide art show. So kindergarten through 12th grade artwork is represented in this entire building.
And with an eclectic display of artwork, inspiration comes from a variety of places.
My artwork is inspired by the Mayan culture. It has little dots that's called pointillism.
Each teacher individually with their own program very objectively selects artwork that follows the criteria that's initially required for their art experience or art lesson, and it's representing the best of those students from that school.
And sometimes the best comes from a place within.
I think that we're all born innately with the need and desire to create.
A desire combined with trial and error.
Failure leads to success. You can use it because if you mess up on something, you can just try again.
Art education is a vital part of a complete K-12 education. And most of all, it makes kids like Addison
happy, excited.
For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
And that's it for us here at Shelby This Week. You can watch us all the time on ShelbyTV.org. And don't forget to like us on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. We'll leave you now with more scenes and more art from the UCS Art Fair. Thanks for watching.